Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Kennedy. I'm at my house again. Tonight we had a little bit late night tonight at school, and so I wanted to come home and let my doggies out, but I knew that I could not disappoint my loyal viewers of the Book Fair report and not give you a report and not announce the drawings. So I decided to go ahead and do it again from my house. I had several kids tell me today that they saw me at my house last night on our videos, and they were excited about it. So hi kids, I'm excited to bring you another report. So let me tell you a little bit about why we have book fairs. When we dress up the library and make it all beautiful, like a beautiful bookstore, it is very magical and it just has a neat feel to it. But that's not why we do this. One, as an educator and as a librarian, I know how important it is for students to not only learn to read, but to develop that love of reading and literacy. And a lot of what I do in the library is geared at grabbing their attention and saying, look at these amazing worlds that you can jump into in a book. Look at this awesome stuff that you can learn and all these facts. It's in a book. So grab one off the shelves and let's start reading together. When we have our book fairs, we get to allow students to purchase a book and take it home for their very own bookshelf. Um, it doesn't matter if a child has 50 books on a bookshelf or has no books on a bookshelf. When they purchase at the book fair, they are excited. And I love that about it. It's really an interesting feeling as a librarian to see these kids just light up at the fact that they, get to purchase a book and take it home for their very own. And another reason is it gets families involved in literacy because the families come out and they shop the book fair. Maybe they pick out a book that they can read together. And I remember doing that as a child with my parents. My parents were a very big influence in my becoming a teacher and a librarian and just loving to read. And that was because we read together, and book fair was always a really awesome experience for me as a child to go to the book fair and have my mom or dad come, and sometimes both of them would come and pick out a couple books that we could read together. It's just a really good memory for me, and I love to think that that's going on in our kids' houses all week this week. They're coming home with these fantastic books that they want to share. In fact, I had a parent tell me that she got a little bit of a break last night because her son came home and wanted to read to her little 3-4-year-old daughter, just because he had gotten a new book and he had picked one out for her at the book fair and he wanted to read it to her. And I thought that was awesome because siblings sharing that kind of love of reading even before the little one learns how to read, that's fantastic. Another big reason for our book fair is it makes money for our library, and we have a phenomenal school. We have an awesome group of kids, and I want to have a library that reflects how amazing our students are. And right now we have a good library, but we have kids that read constantly and just devour literature, and I love that. But in order to keep them with new titles and keep them interested and keep them hooked on reading, we're going to have to refresh our collection and get those new titles in on a regular basis. When we have kids from kindergarten to 8th grade, there's a good chance they're going to read most of the books that would interest them or all of the books that would interest them by the time they get to 8th grade. So we've got to keep that collection fresh. So scholastic book fairs, when we bring them to our school, we actually get a good portion of those of that profit back in scholastic dollars, where we can use that to buy books. And not just the books that you see at the book fair, but I can actually go in and pick out other books, and I can pick them out in library binding. Library binding is really important because library binding is meant to hold up better than the publisher's bindings and way better than a paperback, because the goal is to continue to be able to buy new titles while keeping the titles that we buy for several years. So we're not having to constantly replace books with the library binding because it's meant to be circulated among a large group of students for many years to come. So that's a little bit of why we do this. And I'm so excited to announce that we are only $400 away from our goal for the book fair. And we still have tomorrow at, from 7:45 until noon. I know several of you have things that you have ordered from when we ran out of things at the Grandparents' Day. So I will announce on Facebook. I'll post something on our SEA private page when those orders come in. It should be tomorrow. I've been told that it will be tomorrow. Usually it comes, 9-10 o'clock is when that delivery will come, but we'll see. And I'll make sure and get that on there. So that will help narrow down that $400. But I'm really hoping that we can make that goal this year. We are going to use these dollars. I guarantee you these dollars are going towards books. I have big plans for our library, and I cannot do them without your help. So thank you so much for coming out to the book fair and supporting our school and supporting our library and our fantastic kids. So I'm going to go ahead and do our drawing for today. Get my little app out here. All right, so we had 17 kids buy a book today. I'm hoping we have even more tomorrow buy books. I'm going to put 1 as my minimum number and 17 as my maximum number, and then I am going to hit randomize. Lucky numbers. Swoop, where did it go? There, you see it? 17. Lucky number 17, Samantha Zakanis. You won a free book. All right, I'm going to go ahead, since this is our last, this isn't our last drawing. We'll have a drawing tomorrow, but second to the last day, and we did so well yesterday, and I really want to get books in the hands of kids and get people excited. I'm going to go ahead and do one more drawing. So I'm going to click my little button. Sometimes it takes a while to random through this. Oh, number 13. Let's see. Where is it? Number 13. And number 13 is McKenna from Miss Z's class. So McKenna and Sammy, please come see me tomorrow morning to get your free book. Now, tomorrow, if we meet our goal, I have to think of something big to do. So I'm going to say tomorrow, if we meet our goal, I will draw 5 winners. That's the most I've drawn all week. So 5 winners if we meet our goal. So we've got to get that $400 in tomorrow, and we